Hey guys, Blackout Bill here. It's been a minute, but behind you, in front of me, is the next project that I will not let you down on. I don't know when each video is going to come out. Depends on how motivated I am. I have a lot going on. Y'all don't care. This one might be a little bit longer one, so this is kind of most boring videos, but you might like it, you might not. In any case, thanks for sticking around as always. Let's get to it. There she is. The new family boat. This cute little 1970 something Mercury Thunderbolt. That's a lie. I have no idea what this boat is. A Charger, that's what it was. It's not a Mercury. Oh, my mic's gonna get bumped there. From Clearwater, Florida. Bubba the Love Sponge from there. There's a great little backstory to this thing. I'm going to do one of these Vice Grip Garage tours on this thing. Real quick on the outside. We'll get to the best part, which you know me. I'm the motor guy. If you could call me that. But this trailer and boat and motor that supposedly run cost me $1,000. I mean, this is like the project you buy to flip. This is it. Except I'm not flipping it. It's mine. And the family's going to take this out, and I can't wait. Now, of course, it's November, and the season's not here yet. It's maybe why I got such a good deal on it. But the man selling it is a great dude, hardworking, did a lot of work to this boat. You might not be able to tell. It looks a lot better on video than it does in like real person. Like you really zoom in and get the wear and tear from a 30-year-old, 50-year-old boat. But this is all easy stuff. It's not like the last project where it literally had to be sanded from scratch and no rub rail and the things were missing and it needed a lot of repairs. This boat is done. I mean, it's water ready right now. I could launch it and go. So we'll get there. But guy did a lot of work to it, upgraded to a bigger boat. And he sold me asked him $1,500. I threw an offer of $1,000 because I didn't really want to spend the money. He took the $1,000. I couldn't say no, so we went, drove to Pennsylvania, picked it up, and there she is. So 70 something Charger. Let's do a quick walk around. Trailer's in excellent shape. Tires, he said, have low miles on it. Put them on a while ago, but barely took it anywhere. Trailer lights rewired new. We'll check the power barn or the motor in a minute. I hope that doesn't pop in the video. We'll just wait to restart. Again, the motor's it's a 140 horsepower, so this is bigger than even my 130 that's chilling over there that I haven't gotten to around. The free time, greenish teal color, but in 99% excellent shape. It had the one crack over here, which you think water would be getting in there and ruining the transom, but transom is rock hard, sturdy, good stuff. I walked around this thing a million times. Got a lot of cool features we'll get to later. I guess part one will just be a walk around and I'll show you the motor and stuff, and then we'll play with the motor on part two. Unless I do part two in this video. I haven't decided yet. Trailer's clean. Outside of the boat is clean. Let's get to the inside. And I got a swim platform, all kinds of cool stuff. Didn't really have to do much. I know the battery boxes are out and I got a drill bit. There's a few small things I have to clean up real quick. I'll explain that in a minute. But she's a bow rider boat, so we want to take the family out and a couple friends. We got 4 seats right here for fishing and boys, and then if I want to bring the kids and everybody else, we got the bow section. It's exactly what we've been looking for. I told my wife, if you found an outboard, I didn't want an inboard motor because I've been working on outboards. I can swap this motor with anything else I have. The 130 is a long shaft, but it wouldn't matter. I don't know. Maybe I can play with that one if I needed it, but we'll get this one's in great shape, but you'll see it. And comes with a clean fuel cell, 2 batteries, practically new. Wired beautifully. The wiring's all pretty good. There's very little corrosion. Floors were redone. He put new stringers in, and I don't even know what that means, but he did a lot of fiberglass work to the floor. So a lot of this carpet is kind of new-ish, at least on the floor section here. He did all this work. Control box is there. Somebody want to tell me what this thing is for? It's an adjustment for something. I can't seem to find somebody explaining it. I'm trying to keep the phone as still as possible. It's got lights. It's got gauges. Some of them work. Some of them don't. I think the fuel gauge works. The miles per hour work. I don't think the tach works. It's got a pretty nice radio in it, and speakers that work. So we'll have music. And you get the bow section, obviously. A couple leaves here for the new November season right now. But seats aren't ripped. I think he even reupholstered everything. Very base staple job. But, there's no cracking. They're clean. It's done. I don't have to do anything. It's fantastic. It's ready to go. And that's what I'm looking for. I didn't really want to finish anything off because I'm not good at that, especially fiberglass. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to talk too much in this video. I don't want an hour-long video like he does. I just want to do a full walk around of the quick dirty, and there's just not much to do. Now, why the battery box is off? What did I do? What have I been messing with? Tilt trim was being funky on the motor, so narrowed it down to a relay, and there's a relay box. And I was gonna film this and YouTube this, but long story short, if you get the click, if it clicks and doesn't work, it's a relay. If you're not getting the click, you have to dive deeper. The issue with this thing is this freaking relay box is tucked all the way into the back. Man, what a nightmare to get the bolts out and everything. So we're just going to relocate that guy right over here, right there. I'm going to drill some holes and reinstall this relay box. Picked up some new Bosch 2030 relays. A lot of the relays they sell are 30-40. And they say you're not supposed to put a bigger relay in a 20, blah, blah, blah. So picked up the right ones. They're Bosch's. They were I could have got them for $5 each. I got the Bosch's for $15, $20 each. No big deal. Relays done. Tilt trim works wonderfully. The battery switch selector is awesome. This is all clean. This gets put back today. And then I want to play with the 140 horsepower Johnson 1983 tilt trim at the switch only. No button over here that I know of. He did run it for me. It has some issues, very small, workable stuff. I had it running at the house as well. Not as well, smoking like a mofo, smoking like crazy. So there's no mystery here. Does it run? We're not going to go that route. It runs. Rough, but runs. A couple issues we got to address. So let's pull her off and show you what I got. I can put you back on the tripod so it can stop making you guys sick. All right. Hopefully I'm in the shot now. And I'm using my phone now. The channel's going to be 100% now on my phone now that I can use CapCut to edit some stuff. So I might be able to edit a little bit better. It's a little tricky editing on the phone. I don't care, but I'm not saying I'm going to be posting videos once a week again, but 83 Johnson 140 is cool, and it's big, and it's bigger than anything I've ever played with before, but nothing out of my scope. This is well within my range. I've seen video after video after video, and again, it already does run. It's burning a lot of fuel right now because the main issue I'm having right now is the regulator, I believe, because when it's in its auto function, it won't stay running. Start, stall, start, stall. So I get it started just to prime the system, and then I turn this to, when you're counterclockwise, it's like off, or it's not regulating fuel. It's just fuel just runs normally. It runs like this, but smoking like crazy. So I think it's dumping way too much fuel in. I think it's running just mega rich. Mega rich. I gotta hook up my tank. I have regulators. We'll fix the regulator. That was problem number one. Problem number two, it was not overheating. He said he changed the thermostat, so that made me think that there has been a heating issue in the past. The back of this thing has some flaky paint on it. I think it did run hot at some point. The story goes this is a different power head. I was looking for the tag that's on the power head. Some of the videos say the tag is near the starter. Let's say starboard side, which is, I never know if you're supposed to look at it from the front or the back, but there is a motor tag somewhere that'll at least give you a casting block number. I can't find it yet. Haven't found it yet. So this does match the 73, the 83, with the only difference is the newer ones have the flat back, or the 110s have the flat back. This has got this big bubble back here. So I'm not 1,000% sure what year or what the power, if this is the original power head or not. But when I was running it, it was running cool. The only thing I had a problem with was this outlet hose is very large. So I think the water's going past the thermostats too fast. So I put a fitting in here, which slowed it down, ran good. Heat gun on this cylinder ran it. I couldn't touch it. It was too hot, hitting about 200 degrees on this cylinder. When I plugged the water line back here up, she dropped immediately. So I think we need to slow the flow of the water coming out, and I think she'll be good. There might be some corrosion that's typical you see with these water jackets. This outside cover is a water jacket, so we might pop those out, clean that up, make sure all the water's flowing efficiently. Okay, starter's got a new Bendix on it. Starter works fine. Like I said, the only issue I had so far is that. And then also, I think the power head base gasket might have ripped because it smokes from the bottom here real bad. You can see all the smoke coming up. So there might be a power head base gasket issue. It is loud, very loud. So I think that may be an issue here. And now that I'm looking, I see a random bolt. I don't know if that's mine or if that came with the motor. Okay. So let me give you a quick closer look here. Let me get you a closer look. Try not to hold the phone too much, but so it's clean. Like I said, flaky paint. So I think there was a heating issue. We did say he got the horn, but on the muffs only. Once he's in the water, no horn, no problems. I do need to get it on the water so I can adjust the throttle. It will not idle without the fast lever up all the way. If I put the lever down, it will stall. So I got to mess with the link and sync. Carbs haven't been cleaned yet, so we got to go through the carbs. But again, very generously clean. This also was leaking when we were at his house, so I think there's a bad seal here. So this has to be rebuilt. That's why I think there's a problem with this regulator. One of the hoses was cracked. We rerouted it and got it. So there might even be a bypass issue there, but nothing crazy, hard to work on. Haven't even done compression check yet, so I'm gonna check the health of the cylinders. I wasn't worried about the motor at all. If it's bad, we'll replace it. You know how we do on this channel, or at least if you're new here, you'll find out. And that's it. But it's very, again, 83 motor, so very basic, very clean, very easy to work on. Throttle is great. Seems to be. I don't know if it's lined up. I haven't getting the silencer off to check the link and sync on it. I've watched videos on how to time this thing. A lot of them are saying you got to do it on the water. And we will take care of all of that. So here she is in all her glory. Miss Johnson, 140 horsepower. This thing's going to cook, and I'm excited to get her on the water. Big old prop. And again, we got parts galore for this thing too. That's another reason I wasn't afraid of it. I got the 140 still in the back of the truck for parts. That's been sitting there waiting to get disassembled. The 130 runs great. I can borrow from that one, and yada yada. And we're gonna clean her up. She needs a nice, clean, fresh paint job. The boat itself has a lot of cool lights. Well, we talked about that earlier. I just want to start with the basics, do a compression check. I'll give you guys updated numbers on that as we proceed. All right, we're with the 80-something, 140 horsepower Johnson. Brought the boat home last season. Ran leaky fuel solenoid, choke solenoid, so it didn't run great. I had to put the solenoid in auto or manual, whatever the red switch is. So this is a one off the 140 back there, 130. This one leaks too out of here when you put it into manual, so I hope I didn't just fuck something up there. So we're just, you know, it's the new unit, it's not leaking. I fixed the fuel leak in one of the hoses down below, took this cover off, put it back on. I fixed that fuel leak, fixed the fuel leak at the primer solenoid, which was coming out of here. Hopefully I don't need a new one of those, but if we have to rebuild it, we will. I'm hoping it idles. Water's running. I got the good muffs that come out at both ears, both sides are squirting water into the holes. I took the fuel line off from the tank. We're running off the auxiliary because I don't know what's in that tank. I don't trust that gray fuel line. It has that white plastic liner on the inside. I gotta double check for that. Plus this was kinked off here, so I unkinked that. Just gotta reroute some zip ties properly, maybe replace that fuel line in general. And I'm gonna see if she starts. Had to fix the relay. The relay box is under here. It was mounted on the back of the transom, so I dug that out, remounted it to the side where it's easier to get to. So the relay is fixed, just some corroded connectors, but some new relays, cleaned up connections. And let's just see if she kicks over. And then we can put the batteries back, get this thing cleaned up, ready for water. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. And my tripod's missing, so you're welcome. It's leaking out of it already, I see that. A little bit more on the fast start lever. I hope I don't have to switch that to manual. Yeah, it's pouring out. Now it's flooding all over. Another thing too was it was running a little hot in the one cylinder. This water line was replaced and it was ginormous, so I really got it constricted, so hopefully forcing a little bit more water through the power head keeps it cool. Let me put the phone down so I can figure this out. All right, so we've done some fuel repairs. The cover's on it. I'll take the cover off, show you guys it running. Hopefully it runs. It did start yesterday. I had to hit it with some starting fluid just to kind of dry it out because I think it was all flooded out and everything. So started up, ran it yesterday. Let's see if it starts now. It's a cold start, primed up, batteries are on. It wouldn't start cold yesterday. Let's see if it starts cold today. Let me do the first one like I told you. I don't even know if I didn't need the fast lever yesterday, but maybe we'll just put it on. I don't want to flood it out again. Alright, so it wouldn't start on the first go. The only thing I did different is I took the primer solenoid and I put it into what I believe is the override position. I put it here, put the key in, it started immediately. Right, but I'm not supposed to have to do that. I'm supposed to, like, that's supposed to be there, unless this, push the key in, don't do nothing. Push the key in, but don't turn it, just push it in. See, that's my other, maybe fuel, maybe that's not working. Maybe fuel isn't being forced into the carbs. I also got to check these hoses here. Sorry for the bouncing. I'm shaking. I don't have my fucking tripod. And everybody hates when I do this, but so these two hoses on the bottom could be flipped. I don't know which don't know which one goes which way. This one's going to the top of the carb, the other one's going down to the other top of the other carb, I'm assuming. Threw it over here, started right up. And now it's like this, but now obviously the engine's warmed up, so it'll start every time. All right, Matthew, go ahead, turn the key. Don't push in, just turn it. The fuel line disconnected. I wanted to run the fuel out of it. I'm gonna come back an hour from now, maybe even 2 hours from now, and dry start it again and see if cold start it again. See if I can get it started without this thing pumping. And then I'll hold that key in to see if this is functioning right. It's grounded. 2 power leads are connected. Fuel shouldn't be squirting out here, but you should kind of see some saturation to show that fuel is being forced into the carburetor to do its choke mechanism. If not, that could be why it won't start cold. If it's not flooding out or choking itself, then it's going to be a hard start. And when I tell you I flipped this to the right, this thing started immediately. But I don't want to have to pull the cover, do that every time I want to start the freaking motor. But in any case, here's the boat. It's dirty. I gotta clean it. Sunday is kind of a wash for a boat day, although it is warming up a little bit. The wind has died down. You can turn the key off. We're almost ready for a water test here in New Jersey. So the 70-something Challenger boat, open bow with the 82, I believe. I'll double check that. Johnson 140, getting ready for the water.